Hey guys, it's Carolyn from All Day I Dream About Food, and we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna make some delicious cheesy garlic keto bread with a twist. We're making it in our Instant Pot. You can make this bread in the oven, but I have to say if you have an Instant Pot, I highly recommend trying it. It makes the bread rise really nicely, but it also gives it a chewy, tender, moist quality. With the holidays on the way, many of us, myself included, tend to overindulge a little. We eat a little too much, maybe have a little more wine than normal, and it can leave us feeling less than fabulous the next day. But now there's a game-changing new product called ZBiotics. ZBiotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. And it's this byproduct and not dehydration that's to blame for your rough next day. ZBiotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. It's designed to work like your liver, but in your gut, where you need it most. Just remember to drink ZBiotics before drinking alcohol, drink responsibly, and get a good night's sleep to feel your best the next day. So a couple of weeks ago, I went to a friend's 50th birthday party. I knew I was going to be drinking a little more wine than normal. So I drank my ZBiotics before I even left the house, and the next morning, I was feeling good enough to go for an 8-mile run. Want to try it for yourself? Right now, ZBiotics is offering my viewers 15% off your first order when you use the code DREAMFOOD. Ooh, tasty. Go to ZBiotics/DreamFood or scan the QR code on the screen right now to get 15% off your first order when you use DreamFood at checkout. You can also sign up for a subscription using my code, so you can stay prepared no matter the time or occasion. ZBiotics is backed with a 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/dreamfood and use the code DREAMFOOD at checkout for 15% off. Thank you, ZBiotics, for sponsoring this video. And with the holidays on their way, make sure you stock up. Your friends and family will thank you. So first we'll combine our dry ingredients. I have 2 cups of almond flour, and I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of whey protein powder. You can also use egg white protein, and this is completely unflavored. It just helps the bread rise more nicely. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And we'll just mix those together. Now we're going to add some shredded cheese. I have 4 ounces of Italian blend here, but you can also use cheddar or you can use mozzarella. Both of those work just as nicely. And I've got 2 cloves of nicely minced garlic. Why does garlic like to stick to the knife? Stir that in. Now we're going to add 2 whole eggs, a 1/4 cup of melted butter, and about 1/3 cup of water. And you want to mix that in until you have a nice, thick but spreadable batter for your bread. Now when it comes to baking in your Instant Pot, you really do need special pans. So I have a 7-inch diameter springform pan here. And I've greased it really nicely, really well, so we can get the bread out easily. So we'll just take our batter and put it all in the pan, and we'll spread it to the edges and smooth the top. Now Instant Pots use water for cooking, and you don't want to get any extra water in your bread. So you're going to wrap your pot up, both top and bottom, with some aluminum foil. And you want the foil from the top to meet the foil from the bottom so no water gets in. To prepare the Instant Pot, we want to take a trivet and put it in the bottom. And we want to add 1 cup of water. And then we take our foil-lined pan, completely covered, and just put it right on the trivet. Now put the lid on your Instant Pot, seal it up, and make sure that the vent is sealed. Now you're going to cook it for 40 minutes either on high, or if you have the cake setting, you can use that. Okay, once your pressure cooker has finished cooking, you want to let it do natural pressure release for 15 minutes, which means you don't touch it. So I've done that, and after 15 minutes, you can release the valve. And there's no pressure left, so we can take off the top. I always love the sound that the Instant Pot makes when you're using the top. And then you want to grab some oven mitts and I've got my really old grungy ones, which work very well, and you want to lift it right out of the pot. Okay, now we can lift off our top piece of foil. Oh, that looks great. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the pan. Right there, it's steaming. Now the one thing your Instant Pot can't do is brown up the crust. So we're actually going to do that part in the oven. But first, we're going to brush our cheesy garlic bread with some more garlic butter. I have half a tablespoon of softened butter here, and I've worked in another clove of minced garlic. And we're just going to brush that all over the top of our bread. Let the heat of the bread melt it a little, and then you can just brush it over. And we're going to sprinkle the top with some more cheese. So I have another ounce or two. I don't have another ounce or two. I have another ounce here of the shredded Italian blend, and I'll just sprinkle it all over top. Now our bread is going to go under the broiler for 3 to 5 minutes. You want to set the rack at the middle position so the bread isn't too close to the heat. Keep your eye on it, and once the cheese is melted and browned, you can get it out again. Our bread is out from underneath the broiler and it looks perfect. Look at this crusty brown cheesy top. I have let it cool for 15 minutes, but now I'm gonna get it out of the pan, so I'm gonna run a sharp knife right around the outside. Gotta loosen all that melted cheese, and you should be able to just unsnap the sides and take them right off. Look at that. Doesn't that look great? A nice crusty cheese top. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, we're gonna cut into this. So I'm just gonna cut myself a very small piece right now because we're gonna have this for dinner tonight. Now this bread is so flavorful, it really doesn't need anything on top. But if you want, you can add a little butter. You can also dip it in olive oil. But here we go, let's try it out. Oh my gosh, it's so moist. It's delicious when it's still a little warm like this, but it is a little more crumbly. So if you want your bread to hold together really well, let it cool completely. For this delicious keto Instant Pot recipe and so many more, please check out alldayidreamaboutfood.com.